Hey guys, it's me Charuta and welcome to my channel if you're new to my channel, and welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and hanging out with me again. So I'm super excited for this video because this video is going to be a DIY video, and in this video I'm going to DIY a pair of pants, and these are going to be funky statement pants from a bedsheet. So I have already done one video where I DIY'd my birthday dress from this bedsheet, and I had a lot of fabric left over, so I decided to make a pair of pants, and probably I'll also make a vest or a top so that I have like a matching set of sorts. And if you have clicked on this video and you have never made pants before, believe me, I was super intimidated too, but it is pretty easy and I made these pants without a pattern, and if I can do it, you definitely can do it. So without wasting any further time, let's get into the video and let me show you how I made these pants.
The first step is actually folding the bedsheet into a half, and then I placed these beige trousers on the bedsheet, and these are vintage beige trousers which have a relaxed fit, have some pleats in the front and have wide legs. These are actually vintage pants that belong to my dad, but now I've taken over them. So I just used a black pen to trace out the pattern of the pants, and then I'm using my trusty fabric scissors to cut out the pattern that I traced. These panels would work as the front panels of the trouser, and so that I remember it, I decided to mark it with F, that signifies the front panel, and then I folded them and kept them aside. The second step was tracing the back panels, and I'm repeating the same step. I've put down the trouser and then I used the black pen to trace it out, and then I cut it out using the fabric scissors. It is just basically what I did for the front panels, and I'm just doing it to the back panels now. This is what the back panel looks like after cutting it out. Now we have both the front and the back panel. So the first thing that you need to do is stitch across the crotch, and that is what I'm doing right now. It would help form the front part of the trousers, and you'll see what I'm talking about next. So this is what the crotch area looked like after I had sewn both the panels together, and it kind of has started looking like pants. I did the same thing for the back panel as well, and after that I placed both the front and the back panels good sides together, and I kind of made them go together, and then I'm just going to sew the sides for both the panels, and the inner leg portion would just be open. So here I'm just sewing across the length of the outer sides of both the front and the back panel. So this would basically join the front and the back panels together. Next step is sewing across the inner sides of the panels, and it would also be a straight stitch. So after sewing both the back and the front panels together, we kind of get a shape of what the trouser is going to look like. So once I tried it on, I knew that it was pretty loose, so I decided to add pleats in the front, and I just marked the place where I wanted the pleats using a sketch pen or a marker, and then I just sewed those darts across at the front side of the trouser. After adding the pleats or the darts, the next step was trying the trousers on to see what is the next step. So the pleats look pretty good in the front and the back is still a little loose. So the next step was measuring my waist, which was around 26-27, and I decided to cut out the belt for the trousers next. So I decided to cut out 30 inches so that I have enough space, because you can always tighten the pant, but if it's already very tight you can't make it loose. So I did cut extra fabric and then I just sewed it across the area that was supposed to be the waist. So I went along and sewed it around the circumference of the waist, and I did 2 stitches so that it's a little sturdy. So this is how it looked after being stitched, and then I folded it over and I'm going to stitch it again to give it that finished sort of look. After sewing the waist belt, I tried on the trousers again, and the next step was sewing along the sides. So I folded the fabric in and I did a straight stitch along the side so that the edges look nice and clean and there's no fraying. I tried on the trousers again after finishing the edges, and the next step was adding buttons and loops. So I'm just using a pen to mark the place where I want the buttons to go. So I made little buttons using leftover fabric that I already hand stitched onto one side of the trousers. So the next step was adding loops. So I'm using this knit fabric in brown color to add the loops. So I'm just cutting the fabric in the size that I want, and then I'm just using a needle and a thread to attach the loop to another side of the pants, and I did that for all 4 buttons and loops, and this is how the trousers turned out. They look so good, they make a statement, and the buttons also look pretty cute, and I love that these are so extra and yet they're so comfortable. And if you know me, you already know that I'm going to wear the heck out of them and I'm going to style them in a million different ways.
So that was it for the tutorial. I am pretty happy with how these pants turned out. I wanted a really slouchy, high-waist, vintage inspired sort of pants, and I think I pretty much nailed it. I absolutely love the fit. It's super comfy, it makes a statement, it's funky, it's going to turn heads, and I absolutely love it. And in case you follow this tutorial and make a pair of pants for yourself, make sure to tag me on my Instagram, which is Charuta_Modayalda. I'll put it here so that it's easier for you guys to go to my Instagram, and I would love to share your DIYs on my stories. And that's it for this video. Like I always say, in case you enjoyed this video and liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because I do a lot of DIY, fashion, thrifting content, and I also like add bits of my life and decor into it. So that's it for this video. I'll see you next time, next Monday. Until then, bye.